Okay, now you should be able to hear me. I was just getting the text alert out. I hadn't unmuted myself yet. I want to make sure I have pictures. What app do I use to manage my Etsy shop? Well, so most things you're gonna have to be able to do some things from your computer. We will go over the Etsy app, but mostly I just use the Etsy app to make sure that I'm keeping track of messages. Nope, nothing's wrong with your laptop. It automatically comes on muted. So, hello?
Hello, this is Lexington Medical Center
Hold on,
calling
I
to
gotta
confirm multiple appointments for Irma on May 31st, 2023. The first appointment is with Lexington Oncology at 10 a.m. To confirm all appointments, press 1. To cancel all appointments, press 2. To reschedule.
Did it work?
We are sorry, an application error has occurred. Goodbye.
Okay, that was weird. Mom has an appointment with the hematologist on Wednesday. That was just a confirmation. All right, so how are y'all today? Everybody doing okay? I want to make sure I have something on my computer that we can put up. Yep, I do. Okay, good. All right. Perfect. Okay, so tonight we're going to go over the main things I want to go over tonight is your pictures. You want what? And then your listing. So we're going to kind of work on, how to get your pictures looking great. And we're going to work on what kind of things you need for your listing. That's a good one. My grandmother had a lot of funny sayings. Her sayings always cracked me up. She used to say, like, somebody would come in and get mad at something, and she would say, well, he had his own pants on when he got here. It was just one of those kind of funny things. Okay. So, I still have our Etsy up that we started. Oh, why isn't it showing? Hold on, I gotta sign back in. It forgot us so quickly. There we go. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right, so here's our Etsy that we started when we were on the other day. Let me get the group up so I can see comments here. There it is. See comments here. Okay, there we go. Is your dog trying to lick the screen? So this is where we stopped off. When we stopped off, we were where we needed to create our first listing. Hello. So let's talk about photos and what you should put in, because this is a lot of spaces, right? So it comes with, oh, that's funny. It comes with a lot of spaces, and they do kind of want you to use all of them. So I'm going to show you one thing that you can do to kind of fill up a few of these spaces, because there's only so many pictures you can take of things, right? And then right after that, if you want to add in a video, you can add that in here. And when we look at the Etsy on our phone, we'll kind of go through this adding the video. Then the next thing will be your title. Then about this, so who made it, what is it, when was it made? A lot of times I'll just put made to order. And then your category, we'll kind of talk through that. These are your renewal options. So if you just want to do it manually, you can pick that. And then here you pick physical product or digital product, right? So physical products are actual things, tangible things. And digital is like if you made a sign and you're selling the design of the sign, but not the actual sign, that would be digital. Then you put in the description. Your Etsy doesn't have made to order. Really? So you could just put recent like that if it doesn't. I don't know why. That's weird. Okay, so production partner, you're only going to use this if you're doing it actual with someone else. So most of the time you're just going to ignore that. Tags, materials, then price, quantity, and SKU number if you use them. Okay, so I would just put the 2022 to 23. That works fine. Oh, okay. So variations is if you're going to have different options. We'll kind of go through that. They have a personalization. We'll definitely talk through that. And then the last thing you're going to kind of go through is your shipping. All right, so we'll go through kind of recommendations on shipping. And then you'll put in your item, weight, package size, and we will go through this policy stuff. It really wants you to list a couple of things first, and then you will set up all of your page policies and things like that. Okay, so that's just a quick rundown of what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to kind of take it like bit by bit and talk about each thing. Okay, so we're going to actually be using Canva tonight. Did y'all sign up for a free Canva account? Hopefully you were able to do that. Okay, so Canva is a website, and when you sign up for it, it's going to come up looking like this. Okay, you won't have anything down here under recent designs unless you've been on it before. But what's important to know about Canva is that you are going to be using it to kind of edit your photos, get your banner ready for your shop. You can also use it to do mock-ups and things like that. Canva is kind of like template based. So it has little templates that are in specific sizes based on where you're going to be posting it. So if you look here, it has, you may want to try, and then it has all these different templates. right down here. See all these? So there's lots of options, but you can also come up here where it says, what will you design today? And you can put in Etsy. And then you can see it'll come up with Etsy banner, Etsy shop banner, Etsy cover. There's the icon. So when you go to do your banner, this is where you're going to be going to do that. For your pictures itself, you can use one of the social media ones, like, awesome. Like this one right here, social media. Okay, let's get you over here. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. It's just going to come. Hi, Carolyn. It's going to be blank. And then over here on the left, you'll see it has all of these different templates. So for pictures, you're basically just going to ignore these because these are, if you're making posts for your social media, which is also what you can use Canva for. It's not just good for pictures. But what we're going to do is we're going to load a picture on here, and we're going to make it look really great, and then we're going to download it so that we can put it in our Etsy. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be going over on your little panel here, and you're going to look for uploads. You want to click on uploads, and then click on upload file. It's going to bring this up, and usually if you have saved something onto your computer, it's going to be wherever you saved it. But if you just downloaded it, it's going to be in your downloads. It could go to your pictures, your documents. But you see, I have here. Let's do this one. So I just click on it and let it upload. And then all I have to do to get it over here on this is a blank canvas, is to just click on it. And then it brings it over. I can stretch it out, make it bigger, like that. Let's see. The other things that I can do is I can adjust how the picture looks. Okay, so if I click on the picture, you see up here on the top, you have all of these options up here. So you have edit photo, flip, animate, position, this is transparency, and this is lock. So I'm going to click on edit photo. There's a lot of really cool features in Canva. In order to do background remover, you're going to have the pro version. But you can do the filters, and they're not going to cost. They're available to anyone. So if you see where it says filters, if you click on see all, then you can kind of go through here and find one that's going to make your picture look great, right? So there's lots of different options in here. You can see, I think this one looks the best. So what I'm looking for when I am doing the pictures on here is I'm looking for ones that are going to look as close to the color as it is in real life. So I like this one because it's really close to the color that I actually have on the little bookworm. So this one's really good. So once I'm happy with how I have changed my picture out, I can download it. But you can also do other things on here. You can adjust the intensity, the shadows, you can add blur, you can go into adjust, and you can adjust the brightness. You see how all these work? You just slide the little buttons here. So you just kind of come in here and play with it until it gets to be as close to what it looks like in real life as you can make it. So the reason that I'm showing you this is because this picture was taken in my warehouse, inside, on the floor. You see the concrete floor behind there? So even if you can't take the best pictures, you can use these editors to make your picture look really good, even though you're not able to take it with a really professional camera and you're not able to take it outside. Even if you could take it outside, you don't want to take pictures in direct sunlight. They also have this auto adjust that you can use. Okay, you can also crop it. So if you want to take certain parts out, and you can crop that. And so what I usually do is I'm going to do several different pictures of whatever I'm listing. And so what you can do is right down below it, there is a button that says Add Page. You can click on that. Then go back up here and you can right click and duplicate it. Just move it down right here. So now we have another version of it, and what I can do is I can kind of focus in on a different part like this. I just want to see the face. Okay, and then I can go Add Page again. Okay, copy, paste, and then maybe I just want to do the body part, so maybe like this. But you see how easy it is to get different angles and things like that on your pictures without actually having to take like 15 photos. Okay, then we can do Add Page again, paste, and then maybe this time I just want to see the face, just the face itself. So I just keep moving it until I get it in the frame that I want, just like that. Okay, and then when I'm happy with it, I can press the share button, download. You want PNG, and I do suggest transparent background if you have Canva Pro. If you don't, then just ignore that and hit download. Okay, so all 4 of those are going to download right onto our computer. Right? Oh, do you see now why I wanted y'all to have Canva? It makes a big difference. So this is about working smarter, not harder. Okay, so we did 4 pictures. Okay, so let's see, how many pictures do you have to have? Let's just see. All right, so there are what, 10 pictures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. So what you can do, so we'll click on Add Photo. Oh, wait. Okay, first things first. Hold on, let me bring this up. Okay, so I can show you. When you download these from Canva, it's going to zip the files together. So I'm going to show you what to do. Okay. So you pull up your files, and you'll see it. It'll just say something like Untitled Design. You right-click on it, and then Extract All. Just say Extract, and then here's all our pictures. So that's important to know because if you don't do this normally, then it could be kind of confusing. All right, now let's go back over. All right, so now we can add our photos in. And you can actually add several photos together. So I just clicked all 4, and then here they came. This little button thing just means that that it's not in the ideal photo format that they like. It doesn't mean it won't post it. It doesn't mean it won't look good. It just means that they would like you to have it in 2000 pixels. But if I click on preview, it won't let me. Okay, we'll come back to that. All right. So for the other slots for your photos, there's a lot of things that you can do. Oh, cool. One of the things that you can do is you can put like a little, what I call placeholder. It's kind of like a follow tag. Okay. So let's go back to Canva here. Okay. So one thing you can do is if you come up here where it says design, remember how we looked at the templates and I said you're really not going to use those for pictures. You can use it to have a what I call a follow tag. So you find one that you like, has cute little, whatever. This one says flow with life. We're just going to take that out. All you have to do is highlight. You see the purple band around it? Then you just hit on the little trash can and it goes away. And what you can do is you can add in your social media. You can add in, if you want to try to direct them somewhere else, like if you want them to follow you on Facebook, or if you want them to follow you on Instagram, or anything like that. If you want them to join an email list, then this is the perfect opportunity to do that. So I just grabbed a little template because it's got some cute little colors in it. I could go over here to text, just hit add a headline, and then I'll put follow me on Facebook. Okay. There. All right. Now, there's several ways that you can do this where you say follow me. One is to use a QR code. Have any of y'all used a QR code before? Do you know what a QR code is? You probably have seen it, even if you don't know what it is. So Canva has the ability to do QR codes. It's going to be down in the apps. It may say apps, it may say more, but when you click down there, you want to look for one that says QR code. You click on that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put the URL, so the website address for whatever you want this QR code to direct them to. It just looks like a bunch of lines and squiggly things, but let me show you. Let me get back over here so I can go. Okay, here we go. All right, now I want to put my Facebook in here. Okay, so you can see my Facebook. Right up here is the URL address. So you see what I have highlighted? This is your URL address up here. So all you have to do is click on it, right click, copy. Okay, and then we're going to go back over to Canva. And right here where it says URL, we're going to right click and paste. And then say generate code. And there it is. All right, that's as difficult as it is. You can do this with any social media, right? Just put this little thing right here. You could do one for Facebook, one for Instagram. You could do one for an email list. So one of the things that we're going to talk about when we're talking about marketing your Etsy is an email list, because an email list is something very powerful. It's something that allows you to connect with your customers outside of Etsy's platform. So it's a really good idea to have some of these like this. If you don't want to deal with the QR code, okay, so the URL, let's go back and look at that again. Okay. Okay. Up at the top in your website, right? You see up here where it says https://www.facebook.com/hardworkingmomtv. That's my URL right there. So all I had to do was highlight it. You can either do Control C on your computer. It's different on Mac. I can't remember what it is. Or you could right click and copy. So do you see where it is? Can you see? Let me see. Is it showing that part? Oh, play. Oh, I think it doesn't show you. Maybe if I do this, hold on. Let's see if you can see it now. So right up here at the top, and the address bar is where the URL is. It still doesn't really show you. Maybe if I pull it down a little. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, let's do that. Okay. All right, now. Okay, now can you see it? Right up here is the address. That is your URL. So whenever you go to any website, anytime you click on a website, it's going to have the URL right up there. Do you see it? Like here, here, here. These are all website addresses. Okay. So that's how you get your URL. And then you could put it right in there. Oh, I think y'all can actually see everything I'm doing now. I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. All right, so, you can just copy this whole thing. If you want to copy the whole thing, just drag it like that. Okay, and then copy, paste. Then I can say, follow me on Instagram. Whoops. And then I can take that out and put my Instagram URL in here. Or I could just put, let's see. Trying to get it to let me grab it. There we go. At Hardworking Glory. See, so for Instagram and things like that, you can just do that. Okay. Then we can paste it down here. We can say, whoops. Join my email list. There we go. Okay, and then I would most likely want to put a URL in for that. So, apps. It's under popular, QR code. And then we're just going to put whatever in here. Okay. And then we can download these. The good thing is you really kind of only have to do these once. Okay. And we can go on our computer, go to our downloads, and extract all those. So right-click extract. And then here's our ones that we did. Okay. Now we can go back to our listing, go to add photo. Go and grab our new ones. So these three there. You see how it takes up some of your slots. Okay, and then it's going to be happier that, you know, you're able to fill the slots. Okay. So pictures aren't as difficult as they seem. But let's talk about pictures for a few minutes. Okay. So the ideal way to take pictures is to have a white background, if possible, in a place that doesn't have a lot of things behind it. So what you can do is use an old cheap white sheet, or, you know, you can go to the Dollar Tree and get those plastic. They have those plastic tablecloths. You can get one in white. They also have those boards that kids use in school. You can use those and put it, so just like you can get those boards or the poster board, and you just put it behind your item that you're taking a picture of. And then if you have stuff in the back, it's just going to hide it. And then, you know, you're not going to see all that, and all they'll see is your project. It's ideal to take your pictures in indirect light. So one of the ideal places in my house to take pictures is actually to open my garage door and take a picture in the garage because it has great indirect light. What you don't want is to take your stuff outside right in the sunlight, and take your pictures. And the reason being is it creates hot spots. So if you take your pictures outside in the sun, it's going to create hot spots. You want it to have some sort of shade. So anything like you can take pictures on your door if your door has an overhang, as long as the sun's not beating directly at your door, because you don't want that. That's what you don't want. Project boards, yes, thank you. Yeah, so you have to have an email list set up somewhere. Like, there's a lot of different places that you can do email list. Okay, when you crop your picture, how do you make that portion of the picture the whole picture? So all I did is drag it. Okay, so if I go here and I grab my picture again, you see how it has these little circles here? If I just use my mouse and click on that little button there, and then I can hold down my left mouse button and I can drag it. You see that? And then that's how I can make it into that whole screen. So I can just keep dragging as much as I want. You just have to hold that left mouse button down. Okay, let's see if we missed any other questions. Okay. So I used to be called Send in Blue. Now I think it's called Bravo. Let's see. Brevo. It's now called Brevo. There are tons of options out there, though. MailerLite is a really good one. MailChimp, it can get kind of expensive. I like the Brevo, and there's reasons why I like it. But the way these work is you get a certain amount for free. So usually it depends upon the size of your list, right? So how many people you have. Each email address would count as one. So if you look at this one, the pricing on this one, so you can do 300 emails a day. Look, this one you can do 20,000 emails a month. But this is why the reason I like Brevo is because it's not dependent upon the size of your list. So a lot of times it's going to be dependent upon the size of your list. So if you look at MailerLite, if you look at MailChimp, or most of the other programs out there, they're going to be based on the size of your list. It's Brevo. Brevo. He is cute. Okay, so the way I got my pictures into Canva is right here on the left side. Can you see where my mouse is going? Yeah, okay, you can. There's a button that says Uploads. If you click on Uploads, then right up here it says Upload Files. You click on that, and then you can pick anything on your computer. See, so we can take that, and it'll upload it. You see this little bar right here? It shows you how close it is to being done. And then you just click on that, and it'll automatically put it over here in your canvas. Go down, comments. Wait, there we go. Etsy photo template is the right size. It's Brevo. Yeah, it'll do that. I'm just using social media. And the reason I'm doing that is because to get the absolute perfect size, you're going to have to use the resize, and that is a pro feature. So I want to try to show you stuff that you can do without having the pro feature. If you have the pro feature, you could come up here on this panel up here, and there is a resize, and then you can do the 2000 by 2000. And then it'll resize it. But you don't want to do that unless you have, it won't let you do that unless you have the pro version. So that's why I was showing that. Okay, so let's go back over here. Let's see, is it bringing you back? Yep, I can show how Pro erases the background. So you'll have to add your pictures. All you have to do is when you open up Canva, okay, like this, you're going to go and you're going to go to one of the templates. So Social Media Works. Okay, so, and then you'll go to this upload, and you can upload all of your pictures that you have on your computer if you want to. There isn't really a size limit. You can see I have so many pictures in here. Can you see? So many pictures, so many pictures. So don't worry about that. Just upload them. And then you will have your pictures on there. And then when you come in to do anything or design, it'll be really easy just to click on them and get them into your little template here. All right, so let's look at how to remove the background. So we've got our picture in here. We're going to go to Edit Photo. And then right here under Tools is Background Remover. I have something stuck in my tooth. And that's it. Look how easy that was. And then you can still go to Filters. Grab that nice bright filter. You see how nice that looks with the white background? So this is why I was saying if you do it with a background that's just like one solid color, it makes it really easy to remove the background. But if you don't really have anywhere good to take a picture, go get one of the project boards, get some of those, those white poster boards, and just put it up in front of whatever you have. And then you can get a great picture. Okay, so let's look at this one. So Edit Photo, under Tools, Background Remover. And there we go. Then I can go over here to Filters. See, the filter that I used for the yeah, you could do all of your pictures, pay the $13, and then cancel it. You sure could. But I tell you what you could do is get the free trial. There's like a 14-day free trial. Get all of the pictures done that you can, and then cancel it. And you can do it again. You just need a different email address. So you can actually, figure out a way to get it without having to pay for it. So that's really cool. There are other features that you get with having the Pro version. So let's see. Let's take that out. Okay. So if I go to Edit Photo, they have this really cool thing called Magic Edit, and you can highlight something. This is very interesting, I think. And then you go over here and put in what you want to put in, and then do Generate. This probably isn't going to help you, but I just think it's cool. I just have to show it to you because it's crazy. Isn't that crazy? How it just And you can select different options. It's nuts, isn't it? So there's a lot of things you can do on Canva if you have the pro version. Okay. So there's tons of stuff over here. You can also do mock-ups. So mock-ups are basically like background photography, right? So let's say you have a wreath, right? And you really want, you don't have a great door at your house, but you really want to have a picture of it on a door so people can kind of picture how it looks. So you come over here to elements, and up here where it says search elements, you can put in front door. Then I usually go to photos, and then I could click on one of these, resize it. Okay. Pretty nice, right? And then I can go back over here to uploads. I could click on that picture that I want. I can still edit it and take out the background. I can still go in and use the filters to make it look brighter. Then I just resize it, and boom, it's on a door. So now I can download this picture and I can put it in my pictures, and then it helps people kind of visualize how it's going to look on their door. So little things like this can make the difference between someone wanting to purchase your product and not. If you do bows, or if you do things that sit on tables, you can do any of that, right? So like, let's do stairway. Whoops, elements. Stairway. Or maybe I should just put stairs. Let's see. No. Stairway to heaven. No, photos. Okay, so then if I came back over here to uploads, okay, let's look for, I'm sure I have bows in here. Okay, I know I have some down here from the bow class, so let's go find one of those. Oh, look, see, there's a front door. Sometimes what you need to do to get someone interested in something is to make it so that they can visually see it in their space. So there it is. So you see how you can just kind of move it and put it in certain places to make it look the way you want it to. If I go back to elements and I look for like a kitchen table, let's see. So for mock-ups, I'm usually looking at pictures, photos. Okay. Let's see if we can find something to put on this table. Let's go back up. Let's see if it'll take the background out. I could even put it in the background back here. I could put it on the table. I'll make it bigger. I could even go back and look for like a tray. Let's see. Okay, we're going to take out the background here. Put it on the table. Little coordinating things, but you can kind of see how these work. Like if you made tier tray stuff, you might want to find a tier tray to put in your picture here. So it doesn't have to be, you don't have to take pictures of it in your house. You can add as many elements as you can think of. Let's see if we have anything that would go on a tier tray. Actually, that thing would probably, if we take the background out. So then if I moved it down and put it in here, now it looks like it's part of the decoration on the tier tray. So you see how people are doing their pictures, how they're making their pictures look so good? It's because they're using Canva. They're using Canva and the little tools that Canva has. It is way cheaper than Photoshop. Yeah, you could. Okay, watch this. Okay. Let's go back to front door. Oh, actually, I think I have a front door picture in here, don't I? Right there. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. Let's get our front door up here. Okay. Let's pick a wreath here. Take the background out. Put it on the door. There. And let's see. Let's find a bow. Honestly, the the things you could do with these are endless. All right, let's see. I mean, it doesn't really matter what we do. We can just do one for purposes so you can see how it works. Okay. See? Put your bow on there. See? Like if you made topiaries, right? You could have the front door and put your topiaries right there next to it. It's pretty cool, right? It does look a lot like Photoshop, but it's very template based and it's very, very, very easy. So, with Photoshop, you have to do all kinds of stuff, and you have to do a lot of things yourself. But with Canva, all of that back end work is done for you. So it's pretty easy just to, get in here and quickly change things around. And that pixelation will go away in a minute. It just kind of takes a minute for it to catch up. But it won't stay looking like that. Ooh, my glasses are so dirty. Okay. So this, in my opinion, is, there it goes. Now it's doing it. Okay, there we go. This, in my opinion, is one of the things about Canva that makes it such a game changer for using it with any shop. It doesn't have to just be Etsy. It can be, you can use it for your social media. You can use it to make things that you can sell. The bookworm could sit on the floor. It sure could. Yeah. It does not look fake. You just have to be careful what you pick. It is begging for Christmas or fall, right? I know. Okay, so now do you see how you can easily, so let's see, let's put this back in here. Watch this. Let's just put it like right down here. Like right there. All right, and then let's download that. I'm just going to download that last page. Download. Okay. And then, let's see. Let me go over here so I can get you back on the right thing here. Okay, and then we can put our photo we just downloaded. See, and you can make that one your primary. So all you have to do is you just click, right? So left click with your mouse and you can drag these photos around. If you want to put these kind of in between your pictures, it's really easy to just kind of drag them. So this is what your thumbnail is going to look like. If you don't like the way it looks, you can adjust it. There's not going to be a whole lot you can do. It won't let you do a whole bunch. But yeah. So this is going to be one of the most important things that you're going to make sure that you get correct when you are on Etsy. And the reason being is that, if you put things on there and they're not good pictures, you can't really tell what the colors are, then people are just going to go right on by. So let's just look. Okay, let me get a couple things up here. Oh, why didn't that work? All right. Okay, so you come in here and you search for ladybug wreath. Okay. Which ones are jumping out at you? This one, this one. you can tell which people came in here and edited and took some time with their pictures. Okay. So this one has a little video. So those are immediately going to jump out at people. See how this kind of just looks faded? This looks a little faded. These colors don't look right. This looks faded. So even if it's so cute, if the picture's not good, then they're probably not going to click in and go look at it. So you want your pictures to be as close to as the way it looks in real life. And you want your most appealing picture to be right the very first picture. Okay. So, I mean, this is cute, but if it was on, let me see if she has a, oh, I thought maybe she might have a front door, but no. See, here's one where they put it on a front door. See, that one's cute. It's like on a little barn. So you just want to see this. Okay, this right here. Do you see that? This is because they're outside in direct sunlight. Do you see that shadow and that kind of glare right there? That's what you don't want. So be careful where you're taking it. You see that hot spots right there? That's what you don't want, because it's going to look, compared to someone else's, it's not going to look right. Okay. So it's like, what is that old saying? You only have one chance to make a first impression. So that's what you want to think of when you're doing your Etsy. You have one chance to catch their attention. So you want it to be really doing, yeah, I like that. I like that too. The front door. 2,000 pixels, you can just resize it for, I have to look up what the, hold on, I'll tell you. Pixels wide. Okay. It is, they want your resolution to be 72 DPI, which is nothing. That's fine. I was trying to look to see. Okay, it's 2048 by 1080. So 2048 by 1080. That's what the size you want it to be. Let's see. Let's put that in there. 2048 by 1080. So that's the size. That's the pixel size that you want. PNG format, yes. Yeah, 3 seconds to make an impression. Yeah, I personally would not have my first picture be a white background unless you're selling on Amazon, in which case you have to have it. If you're doing it strictly for Etsy, then yeah, I would go with like a front door picture, because when people are looking at your pictures and they're coming in and they're figuring out what they're going to buy, if they can picture it on their door, then you've already gotten half the battle done. Because a lot of times what happens is, if someone can't picture it on their door, they're going to end up asking you a question. And if they ask you a question, they're probably going to move on. and go to someone else who has answered their question in the description or in the photos, right? So one of the reasons they give you so many spaces for photos is so it takes out that chance that someone's going to ask you. Because if they ask you if you're not right there at your computer right that second, then probably by the time you see it and go back and message them, they've moved on. So you want to do everything you can to combat those questions ahead of time. And we will definitely be talking about that. So tomorrow we're going to go through keywords. We're going to go through the description. So if you look at your listings, okay, the big things and the things that are going to pretty much relate to each other that are gonna kind of go boom, 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 boom is going to be the title, the description, and then the tags, right? So you're going to want to repeat what's in your title, in your description, just in sentence format, and you're going to want to repeat what's in your title and what's in your description in tags. So tags is basically what someone is searching for. So if someone is looking for a eucalyptus wreath, if they go in and type in eucalyptus wreath, that's the tag. So the whole trick to getting your item seen is to get the right tags. So that includes the description and that includes the title. So all of these things are indexed, and so you want to have every opportunity to kind of reinforce what those search terms are. Hold on, I'm cleaning off my glasses so I can see. I'm blind as a bat. I'm telling you. I didn't used to be. All right, let's see what your question was. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So we will go through how to sell at craft fairs and get credit on Etsy. So the way that works is what you have is you have a integration. They have an integration with Square. So Square is a free website. It's a payment processor. And that's what most people use at craft fairs. So let's pull up Square. Let me show it to you. Okay. Righty. All right, hold on. It's got to send me the codes. I mean, I'm glad it does this, and I'm not glad it does this. Okay. All righty. Here we go. All right, so this is Square. So what you do is you link your Square to your Etsy, and we are going to go through the process of how you do that. And then whenever you get a sale on Square, that sale goes back over to Etsy and you get credit for it. Now, you don't pay the Etsy fees if you're selling in person, but you still get credit for the sale. So when you are first starting out, you don't have very many sales. If you sell a couple things in person and you run it through Square, and you can do cash, then it'll be like your store already has sales, right? Because when you go over to Etsy and you're looking at sellers, right? So this one, see, they have 117 reviews with stars. So already you know that this person is selling pretty often. But if you see someone who doesn't have anything, no reviews or anything, then you might go on to the next person. So even if you only have a few things, a few sales on there, a few is a great place to start. Okay. You also don't want to launch your shop until you have at least 5 items. So we're going to go through that too. I like that, Carrie. I like that. Okay, on Square, what kind of business should you say you are? I would just say, I'm trying to remember what the options are. Retail, I would do retail. I really need to set up a new Square for the store. So maybe we can set it up tomorrow. We can go through together setting it up. And then you can just kind of see me set one up. Yeah. Okay. So remember, we're not going to go through so much every time we come on that you're not going to be able to do anything. So I think pictures is really important. That's why I wanted to spend an entire live talking about that, because it's so important. The pictures are going to be, that's your first impression. It's going to be the first thing people see. And it's really going to be important that you get your pictures on there and they look good. Hobby shop. So hobby shop is usually, like the little model cars and the little RC cars and things. That's hobby shop. Floral retail works. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter a whole lot which one you pick. It's not going to really affect much. Let's see. Let's see what their options are. I think what it basically does is it kind of customizes your shop a little bit, but honestly, they all look the same. Gift shop would work. Florist would work. But I would definitely pick something retail. So we'll set one up tomorrow, and then we can kind of go through the categories. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about tomorrow. So let's set up. I know your brain is full. I'm not going to teach you anything else today. Let's set up a couple times tomorrow. Let's see. How about let's do 2:00 in the afternoon, and then we'll go for an hour, take an hour break, and then we can come back. So maybe 2:00, 4:00, and then we'll see how far we get. We may do 6:00, just depending on how far we get and if y'all are feeling overloaded yet. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We're just gonna go through it step by step. So try not to stress about your brain being full. That's why we're doing it this way. Okay. So y'all okay with afternoon? Okay, awesome. So let's plan on 2 and 4 for sure, and then possibly 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, depending. And then tomorrow we'll pick some times for Sunday. Yeah, I was gonna go over there about 11, and then I figured I could just like do the call from the shop. I've got computers over there. There is a lot to learn, but we're going to take it step by step, and you're always going to be able to go back and watch it. So try not to get overwhelmed, because it is a lot to go through, but we're going to take our time going through it, and all this stuff is going to be out there for you to review later. We'll also have just additional videos for you to watch. Kind of a slower process where I'm kind of going through it, step by step. What can't you get? Has the picture thing been driving you nuts? I mean, what? The pictures are important. They're really important. And what? The thing is that I've seen so many people talk about pictures, and oh, here's the best app to take pictures, and here's the best time to take pictures, and here's the best place to take pictures, and those are important. But really, the best thing is to have a good editor. Canva is a great editor. You can't get your pics. Do you have, what kind of phone do you have? Are your pictures on your phone? I need to make sure I have that app on here. What is that app called? Mm-hmm. There's an app that I like to use when I'm showing my phone. They just like bark back and forth. It's terrible, y'all. Yes, iPhone. Okay. Oh, awesome. All right, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to go on your computer. Bella, zip it. And you're going to go to iCloud.com. So iCloud.com. And you can log in to your phone from your Mac, and you can bring your pictures onto your Mac right from that. You could also link. Yeah, I know what Belle said, time up. That's funny. You can also link your Mac and your iPhone, and then it should transfer the pictures over. Casey uses the Mac a lot, so maybe we can get her to do a little something on having your photos and things like that kind of going back and forth between your phone and your Mac. Yeah, you have a Bella too. Yeah, she can airdrop them. I think who wants to buy you a Mac? Oh yeah, so you can also Canva does have an app, so you can use it on your phone and you can use it on your iPad tablet as well. So you can also do that. You can actually so what you could do is put the app on your phone, the Canva app, sign into it, upload all your pictures on your phone, and then go on your computer and edit them from there. Yeah. If your phone is an Android, there is a whole different way to get your photos, and I have to go back and ask Rachel because she's my Android user. She'll remember how to do it. There's a specific way to get it from your Android to your computer. So we'll get you instructions on that. You don't see day one of what? Of Etsy? on Kajabi? From yesterday? I mean from Wednesday? Okay, we'll look at it when we get off here. It may just be not made live yet. We'll see. Oh, yeah, we were going to do, let's see. Add content, lesson, day 1. Live setting up shop. Okay, so I'm just going to put it right in creating your Etsy shop. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. I tried to get it in the right place and it just won't stop. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, so I'll put the link in there and then you'll be able to see it. Yeah, Bluetooth. Absolutely. Yep. I'll get it over there. Just give me a few minutes. All right, y'all. You feeling okay? Like I said, don't stress. It's going to be fine. We're going to go through it slowly. I'm glad. There will be something to print out at the end. I did a whole tango on it, but I've got to go through the tango and take out like duplicate steps. But there will be a click here, click there kind of thing. So, yep, there will be. Awesome. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to go over to the warehouse and get ready to go live. Wonderful. That's what we want you to have. Good information. No, but we'll do that. We will, we'll actually do the signs as part of talking about the digital stuff. The first one we're going to do is physical product. So when we talk about the digital, we'll talk about like designs and things like that. Yep. Okay. All right. I'm going to go over and get ready. So wait till y'all see the new rails I made today. Oh, it was fun. We had fun. Oh, thank you. All right, y'all. See y'all in a few. I'm going to go get ready. Go drag my dad. Bye, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Okay?